Hi, I'm Dr. Young Cho here at Integrated Aesthetics, and very excited to share with you two stories of patients who have started their weight management. We recently brought on semaglutide and tirzepatide as a way to manage weight for our patients, and we have some exciting stories to share with you. So, Shelby,
Hi,
how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Dr. Cho. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
So tell me a little bit about your weight journey.
So, in the past, even after high school, I've done Weight Watchers. So, it started out relatively young, around 18, having to watch my weight. And then I have hypothyroidism, so that doesn't help. I've done CrossFit, I've done high intensity. The smallest I've ever been was 160. And then once COVID hit, I just kind of shot back up with my activity level lessening and my eating not being the best. And so now I'm just trying to want to get that in order again. So,
Hi, Robin.
Hi, Dr. Cho.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so you're here for a weight consultation.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about your weight journey.
In high school, I was about 150 pounds, very curvy. So I always felt like I was bigger compared to most of the girls in high school because they were very thin. I had my kids young. So in my early 20s, I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's, and my weight has fluctuated quite a bit. I did gain a lot of weight with my pregnancies. My children are really close together, 13 months apart. So I gained the weight, didn't lose all the weight, gained the weight, and I've struggled since. I've tried so many different diets and different things on my weight loss journey. In 2017, in July, I decided to have the gastric sleeve. I was pretty successful at that, except then life happens. My dad got sick, got cancer, and I stressed, and I put a lot of that weight back on.
So for those of you who don't know what a gastric sleeve procedure, it's a surgery, bariatric surgery, where often cameras are used to go into the abdomen, identify the stomach, and staple off a portion of the stomach so that the contents of the stomach or the size is dramatically reduced. This helps to create a sense of fullness pretty quickly, eating small amounts, and patients can lose quite a bit of weight on this journey. Tell me where you are now with your weight.
around the 255, 258.
And what is the most you've ever been?
This.
This is the most.
This
so
is
you're
the
close
most.
to your peak. How much did you lose with the sleeve procedure?
So my highest weight from the gastric sleeve, I was 265, and I got down to about 178.
Okay. And then where are you now?
I'm at 216.
So it's not uncommon for patients to describe more of this roller coaster journey. Sometimes it's a rapid roller coaster. Sometimes it's a slow moving roller coaster. It could be due to life events, stress, medical illnesses, other things that may be contributing. And it's something that we often struggle with as individuals, and some will struggle more so than others. And what kind of activity or exercise routine are you engaging in now?
Mainly weightlifting and cardio.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that for?
About a month or two.
Okay.
It kind of I was doing it for a while, and then I kind of got off of it, and I'm trying to get back into it again.
Actually been trying to lose weight, so I've lost maybe 20 pounds before starting this journey.
And what are you doing to do that?
I'm actually trying to go back to my old habits that I learned from my gastric sleeve. I'm trying to eat smaller portions. I wouldn't say my food choices are the best, so that's definitely a work in progress.
So again, with the gastric sleeve, you saw a tremendous amount of weight loss, which is very common, but some will regain some of that. So our patient lost a significant amount, and over a period of time kind of plateaued somewhere partway in between her weight loss and her weight regain. Our other patient has also similar weight range, starting around the 255. Our other patient was around 265. So they're both going on this big journey to see if they can get their bodies back into a place where they're more comfortable, confident, and just it'll also help a lot with their health. So with weight, I know we're here talking about semaglutide, tirzepatide. Those are medications that are going to help decrease or diminish appetite.
Yes.
And part of the way it does that is it slows down the gut so that you're just not digesting things as much. Your stomach's not going to empty as much, so it's going to feel, or your send signals to your brain that it's fuller.
Okay.
And therefore that should help to curb some of the appetite. But you're going to want to make some additional potential lifestyle changes if you want to further sustain the weight gain or weight loss that you've accomplished for a more sustainable period of time.
Right.
Okay.
I don't necessarily eat a lot of fast food. I know this week I did have some fast food just from not having lunch, but typically it's home cooked meals. I did grow up in a family that didn't always eat the healthiest, so trying to make changes from that. I have a sweet tooth, so I could eat sweets all day, every day. So just really trying to make better choices.
So one thing you're going to be noticing is that this weight loss program is just a component. A bigger component is your lifestyle. You heard us talking about exercise, about diet, and those are key components because you want to use this opportunity to make sustainable changes and positive changes that's going to last over a period of time. Even later, if you are stopping the medication, you want these habits to help sustain the results that you've achieved. So exercise is very important, and the dietary habits are also important.
So semaglutide, I've heard, can decrease muscle mass.
Yep.
So I most likely need to increase my amount of times I go to the gym.
So you can, and you can also do specific things that are helping to build muscle. So like your resistance exercises, your weights, things like that are going to be helpful. But at the same time, in your diet, if you are successful at reducing the amount of intake, especially if that intake is more on the carb side or the refined food side, what you don't want to do is try to decrease the amount of protein you're taking because protein's going to be muscle protective. Protein's probably going to be your big priority as far as what you take in, but then because of the constipation of the things, you may want to do things that are more fiber. So if you say protein, fiber, hydration are going to be important, and then that should leave less room for things like refined carbs and other things. And then if you do need to have some carbohydrates and stuff, that's where your things like, again, your fruit, natural sources are going to be healthier for you. Okay.
All right.
So we're talking about muscle mass, and muscle mass is something that's really hard to build and very easy to lose. So you want to do everything that you can to preserve as much of your muscle mass as possible, or perhaps even build on it as well. Walking is great, but walking with some weights or doing some resistant exercises is even better. So there's two general types of exercises. There's cardio and there's resistance. And resistance, think of more of doing weightlifting and any kind of thing that really challenges the muscle groups is what's going to protect the muscles even more. And at the same time, muscle likes protein. So in your diet, if you have to choose between carbs, protein, fat, protein is going to be one of the big important components that you want to prioritize. You really want to focus on building enough protein in your diet so that you can preserve your muscle. Tell me about your activity or exercise routine.
Currently, not right now. Besides running around with clinical stuff, I don't really have an exercise routine. I'm no longer living in Conroe, so I got rid of my gym membership. I used to work out pretty religiously, and just over the years, just from moving and different stuff, I wouldn't say that it's a whole lot of much.
So it is very important to really focus on some of the lifestyle changes that we just highlighted. Diet habits are going to be very critical to your success. The nice thing about these medications is it does help to curb your appetite, so the quantity of what you might consume may go down as well. But your patients will often find or report that eating highly processed foods, a lot of high density carbohydrate foods, they just start to feel a little bit more queasy or not like unsettled with those types of foods as well. So this might be a good opportunity to kind of lean more towards your fibrous foods like your vegetables, your fruits, and things, and protein being a key component, which we're going to discuss further as well.